You trying to think 100 steps into the future when you have no context is irrelevant because chaos is going to break your plan. A lot of people think they need to have some novel idea. The best way to start a business is just look at what everyone else is doing and just try and do it better.
So let's say someone's listening to this and they're thinking, all right, cool. You're telling me I've got to sell a thing. I don't know what to sell. I don't know if I have any skills. I don't know what I could possibly offer to the world.
Yeah.
How do we break that down?
Everybody knows something, all right? And so the idea is, what do you have? Like, everyone has unique depth of knowledge in certain areas because you've been alive and your eyes and ears have taken inputs, period. What are things that I already know how to do or I have past experience in? What things, because I have past experience, I know that other people struggle with, that sucks about this thing, and then I will solve that specific problem. And it could also be a problem that other people solve too. You just try and do a little bit better. Like, if your dad was a mechanic, you know so much about cars just by osmosis of being around a mechanic for 18 years. And so I like to think, past jobs you've held, you will know stuff about that industry. The jobs of your parents are things that you will know about that industry. And then you've got personal interests. And so I think that if I had to put those into 3 buckets, it's like parent stuff, past jobs of self, and current interests. And so it's like, of those 3 things, which of those 3 buckets do you think you could help someone do a thing better? And so the idea is, you want to sell the most valuable thing, right? And so the most valuable thing is, what is the problem that I can help somebody else solve that I could charge the most money for? Or in reverse, that could make them the most money. And then I will be able to charge a percentage of the money that I'm able to make somebody else in this thing. Now, that's in a B2B setting. In a B2C setting, it would be, how valuable do people perceive the problem that they have as, right? Whether it's like, I can teach music, tons of people want to be able to learn how to, and if you're better, because you've had a side interest in that, awesome. Maybe you have a side interest because you're really good at editing the songs. Well, there's tons of musicians who hate that part and would love to have that. So it's like, we all know how to do stuff, and all we have to do is package the thing that we're doing. I like service businesses to start because they are, in my opinion, the lowest risk to start, because it's just your time, right?
So service businesses meaning?
Do stuff for money.
Like mowing the lawn or cleaning windows, or
100%.
like what,
service,
cool.
Clean houses, like whatever. Like, all of those are just service businesses, right? And they're fine. And a lot of people think they need to have some novel idea to start a business when, I mean, the best, in my opinion, if you're getting into it, the best way to start a business is just look at what everyone else is doing and just try and do it better. The person doesn't speak English that well. Like, well, cool. Then I've got advantages, right? Like, it's just not rocket science. You know what I mean? And then you start selling your time for money. So yes, you're still trading time for dollars. You don't need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad just yet, right? You're still trading time for dollars, right? But the point is that you're trading that time for money in order to learn, not to earn. You need to earn in order to pay your rent, eat, etc. But the major thing you're doing is you're paying down ignorance debt. So the vast majority of your income is coming in the form of education rather than earning. And I think the big problem is that people expect that they're going to have a perfect business. But if you look at the track record I can't think of an entrepreneur besides Jeff Bezos, who's a freak of nature, whose first business becomes the most valuable business in the world. Is most people have a graveyard of failures behind them. And so the idea is, you start not with the intent of saying, this is going to be the one thing I'm going to do for the rest of my life, which is the fallacy that employees have, that whatever they pick is going to be the thing they're going to do for the rest of their lives. When in reality, it's, I just have to do a thing that I'm good enough at, that I can learn the game. And the thing is, once you start taking steps, the next step becomes illuminated.